Archery deer season starts tomorrow here in the A zone. So today is July 8th, Friday, and it starts tomorrow, Saturday morning. I came yesterday. I'm in the same area where I was last year, except for I'm actually tent camping at a campground, which is right here, because my truck is in the shop and it will take $4,000 to fix it. So I rented a truck and I wasn't sure if it could pull the trailer. I also didn't want to have the hassle, and I left the doggy at home so I can focus on the hunt more and not have to worry about her, what she's doing at the campsite, barking, being bored, whatever. I have gone out there last night, this morning, today around noon, but I'm not like walking around or anything to disturb the deer or to spook them, because I know they're there. I've seen them. I haven't seen a whole lot, not like last year, but I know they're there, and there's really no reason to hike out there to let them know we're here. They'll start noticing all the cars and all the hunters anyways. I just came back to the campsite. All I have to do is basically pack my food and everything for tomorrow. I'm also going to pack some of my snacks and food for the upcoming days. So all I have to do is I'm going to go out there tonight one more time just to look around. So the plan is to be out there all day, every day, as long as I'm here, and hiking a lot. So I have a different variety of food, and most of it don't need to be refrigerated. Most of the time I take sandwiches, so I have a loaf of bread, mayonnaise, mustard, and some ham and cheese and salami. So those need to be refrigerated. But besides that, I always take out a lot of nuts because they're high calorie and low weight. And I have some backup options, dehydrated food, canned fish or packaged fish, things that are there to grab. Oatmeal can be cooked, so if I want to eat something warm in the evening, I can do that. But mostly what I will be doing is eggs. I brought a dozen of eggs, and I will probably not be doing a whole lot of cooking, but this is very quick. I mean, this will take like 3 minutes. I also have some top ramen soup that can also be cooked very quickly, and that's about it for all the cooking. I'm actually going to hike out in the dark and then just stay put and wait for the deer. I have seen several there before. Now I've seen last year when I hiked out, I've seen them, so I know they're there. So that is the plan for the next couple of days. If I don't really see much or anything like that, then I might change plans, but I'm still going to be here. Well, the morning and most of the day was actually pretty disappointing. All I saw were 3 deer, actually 4. 4 does came up. 1 went ahead, and then these 3 just stayed around and eating and everything. And yes, it was great fun watching them, but that's not what I was here for. And that was it. And during the day, I didn't see anything. And I was sitting under a tree in the shade. I looked at it later, and I know they didn't see me. I mean, I could also tell by their actions. Actually, later on, they came kind of close to me. But that was it. I had very good visibility. I could see in all directions very far. There were these rolling hills, so obviously you couldn't see down in the ravines, and that's where a lot of them were traveling. Also, the grass is pretty high, so a lot of times you can only see their ears or their heads while they're walking. But I just kept an eye out the whole entire time I was out there, and it wasn't until about 5 o'clock when they started to pop up. 2 of them here, 3 of them over there, and then 2 more. And between 5 and 7, it was just all those, just eating and walking around. They were pretty far, about 140, 170 yards from me. And this is actually next to private property, as you could see the fence in some of the areas. So they were right on the boundary. They were going in and out. So I just kept waiting, and it wasn't until around 7:30, about 45 minutes before the sun went down, when I saw two of them. I thought they were just does as well, and I looked and looked closer, and I saw that one was a spike and one was a fork. He had two forks, one on each side, and it was so small. I first couldn't even see it, and then I kept looking. I'm like, is it even legal? Is it big enough? But when I kept watching it, I could tell that that was a shooter, and those two kind of stuck together, but they also acted like one family. I don't think I got that on the video, but it was, the one bigger doe, two fawns, the spike, and the fork, and I think one more doe, and it was just going together. But the two males came last, and they were not getting any closer. The closest they came to me was 140 yards, and I know some guys that can shoot to 100, 120, and they can shoot well, but I'm not even near. I'm about 40, 50 yards, and that's it. And unfortunately, there was no way for me to get closer. If I would have just gotten up or done anything, they would have seen me. So all I could do was sitting there and watching them and hoping that they're going to come closer to me. But I knew that wasn't going to happen. I did see where they came from, and then they went kind of in the same area. So the spike and the fork, they left first. So it was interesting how the does all come out as lookouts, and they're looking at everything to make sure it's safe. And then only a couple of hours later, these two guys come out, and they were the first ones to leave. So I formulated this plan to come out the next day, either first thing in the morning or maybe during the day when there's not much action, like around 2 or 3 o'clock, and just go closer to where they are and just find a spot there under a tree preferably, or somewhere where I can hide, and just wait for them as they come up. And then if they come back from that way, then I would be within 40, 50 yards, and I could just surprise them and take one of them. So that's the plan. But it was still pretty exciting to actually see a fork out there. I mean, last year, when season started, I didn't see anything. I was there 2 days before season opened, and then I saw them everywhere. And as if they had a calendar, they just disappeared. I saw a couple of spikes, and that was it. So this was a long day, 14 hours total. I left at 5 and a little before 5 and came back at 8. So, and it was a lot of sitting around all day long, but that's just what you have to do. I just wish that it was a little bit more productive in a way. I went out there in the morning and not much was happening, so I came back to the campsite, and now it's time for me to take a shower. I've been here since Thursday, and it is now Sunday. So I got a pop-up tent. This is one of my newest additions, and as you can see, it's super easy to set it up. And I also got a solar shower, but this one has a pump. It's not like your regular solar showers, which are, in my opinion, really worthless. This is an excellent product. I'm actually going to do a video about it to fully explain how to use it and all the reasons you should have it, because it's amazing. Because it has a pump. It actually is a shower. Like, the water comes out of the shower head almost as strong as it does at your house. So it was great. I mean, having this shower made me feel like a new person again. And now I will be ready to go back out there this afternoon. So right now I'm just relaxing at the campsite, and I'm going to hike out a little further. I'm going to go where the deer came from, so that will be a lot further. And then I'm going to have to hurry back in the evening because I'm going to stay out there as long as I can. So I'm hoping everything will happen tonight, but I'm just having low expectations so I don't get my feelings hurt. So I have a lot of vegetables. Oh my god, those people are having music. Why would you play music at a campsite? Oh my gosh, I'm totally judging them right now. That is so not okay. I come here to get away from music. So anyways, I have a lot of meat. A lot of vegetables actually is what I have mostly. I still have some water that's kind of frozen, part of it. Let's see, fruit, celery. A lot of my ice have melted, but I still have ice. And underneath I had 5 frozen water bottles, and they still have ice in them. And this is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's 4 days, so this is pretty good. And I have some juice and creamer. So I am going to put some energy. There we go, big chunk of rice. Very nice. And this is so that no bees will get in it. Nice. Oh, this is why I had it in there. I'm hiking in from a slightly different place, and this is super loud. It seems like you have to choose between being heard or being seen, because I'm going under the trees. I'm less visible, but all the leaves under it, you know, they're just super loud. The other option is to hike in the grass, where you're not gonna make much sound, but you're gonna be seen. So in the morning I went in the grass, and now it's only 2:30, so usually not a whole lot of deer are out. They're probably bedded down somewhere, and hopefully they'll forget about me. I mean, I don't know what else to do, but I found my tree. This is where the deer came out from. There are 2 trees here, and I chose one that is pretty wide, and I can just kind of stand next to it or sit under it, and I can actually hang up my bow, and I think I'm pretty invisible. So I was waiting, having all these high hopes up, thinking the deer are gonna just come right over this little hill, and none of that happened. I mean, I'm sure they knew I was there, they could smell me or whatever, but the only thing I saw were 3 does coming from the opposite direction. Actually, not too far. They were kind of coming from the same area, because there's a little creek to my right. I don't know if it's running right now, but there might be some water down there, so I'm pretty sure they're coming from there. So they came from a little bit further away, and now they were going closer to the area where I was sitting yesterday. So I guess it's just never gonna happen the way you expect it to. And I sat there and I waited, and it was the 3 of them. I think maybe one more came out, but they were all does, and that was it. So super disappointed, but hunting is not easy. As the cliche goes, if it was easy, it wouldn't be called hunting, it would be called killing, right? Well, this is it. It wasn't as good of a day as yesterday, but it's okay. I guess this is it for now. I'm going home tomorrow morning, and then I'll be back, I think. I'm not sure in how many days and for how long, or I might go to a different area. I don't know. Right now I'm super tired, but it's still good. I mean, you gotta keep trying. So this was another video where I didn't kill a deer. I was hoping to do one where I actually get my first deer, but it is what it is. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I will keep trying. It's still a great time. You know, I always learn. I learned a lot again. So I'm still happy, and I'm still glad I did this. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Almost everybody is gone. Almost, except for those 2 people here. That is it. I'm so tired and kind of hungry. So we're gonna eat some yogurt.